So I wanted to do a video showing how to make a hobo stove with really limited amount of materials, like an old ugly knife, and I did that, and that's why this looks so crude, of pounding this in and cutting it with this knife and a multi-tool. I'm going to do this on this side over here, and I'll show you that, and then I'm going to use a nail to poke holes in. And I figured out a way to do the top where you don't need to have anything across or any fancy screen. You can just cut these V's and then bend them in. But I'm going to bend them back out now and show you something else here that I did that will be helpful, because when you pound in nails, it's going to collapse the can. And so I cut a piece of wood out and shaped it so when I pound, it only pounds in and hits the wood. It doesn't collapse the can. So I'll get that ready and show you that part. Like I say, this is pretty crude, but it's kind of like an urban survival type thing. If you don't have anything else, then you have to use what you got. And of course, it's not the most safe thing to do either. But I usually use snips or something, and the multi-tool has scissors, but I hate to use those good scissors on this, so I'm using an old knife. And I got one of them going one way, one going the other way, and I suppose I can probably take this off, maybe. I don't know if it'll go enough pulling or not. Yeah, there we go. Pretty nasty looking stuff. I'll just leave it out here for a second. Now we got this hole and this hole. And then of course we want to put a lot of holes in with the nail, if I can find it. And you just make sure the wood's up against where you're pounding, and if you don't have a hammer, you can use a stick or something to pound the nails. So I'm going to go around this and do that, and I'm going to make some at the top and then show you more about it. Okay, I got everything cut out and the holes punched. What I'm doing, I'm pushing these tabs down to hold the can, and I got a soup can, and the soup can, what you could do is just leave everything in there, take the paper off, and heat your soup up right there. But I'm going to pour water in here and do it that way. I'll get that going in a second. But anyway, this should set right on there and start boiling. Let me light it up here, get it going. I got a whole bunch of fat wood in here, so it's going to be really black smoke for a while. So I'll light that up and get that going. And instead of making the video too long, I'll show you how we're going to do it. Okay, here it's going real strong. I'm going to wait till the flame dies down before I put the can on. I got the water off the can here. I mean the paper, and I'll pour water in here. That's at least a cup or more. But you can see that fat wood really works well. Any type of wood that really gets things going, birch bark or dry lint, anything really flammable fast is the thing to use. But I'll get back to you when the flame dies down better. Okay, I've been putting little pieces of wood in, and I've been feeding them from the top, which is kind of nice on this stove compared to this one here with the screen on it, that you can't feed it from the top as well. Of course, when you have the can on it, you're not going to be feeding it from the top. And that's why this is down here to feed this through here. But just getting it going. So putting the can on is next. And I use my pliers so I won't burn myself. There we go. And we'll heat that baby up, and I don't have a clock here, but I can estimate the time, how long it takes for it to boil. So what I like about this stove is also you can still feed it from the top if it's a small can, because the fold outs in your can itself allow you to drop the sticks down in still to feed it from the top. So that kind of works out nice. And you got the air vents too. This helps create a lot more air in the top and funnel the oxygen a lot better. So a lot of good reasons for making it this way. I think that over time these would weaken, but this is just a temporary stove. It's like for an urban survival type situation where you have to heat something and you're trying to exist in town, and you got a can of soup and you want to heat it, and you got a nail or something to make a stove out of with a big can. This is how you do it. And I used all crude materials, an old knife, and the can. I found a taller can, like a big soup can. Whatever you can get is the idea, and get it going. And make sure that you have plenty of holes around the bottom, plenty of holes up here. And like I say, this is really a neat design. I haven't seen this done before, but I'm sure it has. With folding out 4 tabs and folding in 4 tabs, you are able to see that oxygen or the fire come right up through there. I allowed some more air right there, and so you're going to get air coming through there, and it's going to pull your flame up that way as well. So kind of like that idea. It wasn't intentional, but it just worked out that way. And it's making a good stove. I can hear it make a noise now, so the water is heating a little bit. It's been about a minute and a half. I don't expect this to be a real flaming torch type stove or anything. Just one to get the job done is the main thing. A few little bubbles in the water. Of course, some of this paint and stuff coming off for the first time that you made the can up might be a little caustic, so I wouldn't put your face in it and breathe in it too much until all of it's burned off. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Just folding it out and just setting the can on top of it. We got bubbles forming in the water now. And again, I'll stop the camera and get back to you. Okay, we got a rolling boil now in there. Yeah, I can't see it very well. There you go, I think you can see it. Anyway, I got lazy and just started putting sticks in without even making them short enough. And it's taken about, I'd say, 5 minutes probably to get that boiling. But it's working great. I love this idea of the vents coming up like this. Let me take this off without burning myself here. You can see it in operation better. There you go. So these are the tabs that hold the pan, and these tabs fold out and actually could hold a bigger pan that way too. What I like about this size of pan I put on is you got some air vents coming on the sides there where you can stick sticks down like this and create a good flame. So you can see we got our stew, water / whatever, beans hot, and in that case it was boiling. So a good hobo stove, and you got air vent through both sides and the bottom, and you got the holes in the top with extra air vents the way I made the tab. So good way to do it. It's not very pretty, but it works really well.